Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 20th of June, 2022, and I'm looking at the moon in the sky right now, and it's the sun is reflecting a partial moon, which I am now being led to believe over hundreds of hours of research that it's possibly a hologram or possibly like some kind of like reflected plasma um thing. That's being like it's being fed through, like I guess like maybe even like a little hole through like this dome that's possibly up ahead, like above us, and that's also below, that has never been penetrated from like by humans, which means that anyone that says that there's been any satellites that have gone into space or that we've landed on the moon, this is possibly a lie. And so many other concerns about this stuff as well too, right? Because like, even when I look at the sun, I do see, where it just looks like a circle for sure, but it looks like a reflected light. Like it's something that would be like, with this I was able to do different like light reflections with rainbows and there was even sacred geometry that I was able to see like on my ceilings and on my walls and pentagrams, but like there was like the perfect circles, and then like looked like sun rays too, like so yeah, and our eyes are optical, or what you want to call it, like circular, and then even cameras, like they have like the curved lens, the fish lens that can also that could be optical illusions, and so yeah, so and that would also mean that like this Earth is possibly like this flat plane. I'm doing a lot more research on that as well, and a lot more scientists, a lot more people that have gone and debunked a lot of stuff that government websites have claimed and what like medical and scientific textbooks have claimed, and what scientists have claimed, like Neil Tyson deGrasse, or however you say his name, and Carl Sagan and Bill Nye, the science guy who's not a scientist. These guys are just role players, I guess, just playing roles. I don't know if they know it or not, or knew it or not, but like it's a lot of misinformation. Yeah, which is just like perpetuating these like false narratives that are keeping like people like profiting off of exploiting us and harming us, and then saying it's our fault why we do things that we do, even though it's like we're born into it essentially because of the things that they have been doing and their families have been doing for generations and stuff like that during multiple different cycles of the world, or resets, whatever you want to call it. I don't mean to alarm anyone when I say any of this stuff, but like there's just so many different interesting people now that are sharing pretty accurate or like very, very detailed information with citing a lot of references from so many different places throughout the world, and with books and hieroglyphs and stuff like that, citing all of this stuff, and with the material that's coming out, like this whole like simulation theory and flat Earth theory in the 3 to 6D dimensional plane that we're in, just like our own kind of like this environment it may be real to us, but it's part of a virtual reality that we're inside, that's being simulated. Anyway, it's hard to explain clearly, and so this is why I'm trying to practice on platforms like this with my friends and family watching. Yeah, so these are very interesting. If that's the case, then that means that there's a lot more questions that people should be asking, a lot more exploration, a lot more like science and innovation that could be done to busy us, so to speak, and actually find like the true purpose and meaning behind humanity and Earth and this design, and like the purpose like of how we can transcend this plane or this dimension and go into the other ones, or like descend or ascend, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and so, but the more we're distracted with things like all of this control that these like the same people that are lying to us about the actual world like things that like if we did a lot more research on, instead of just like, oh, like really important sounding people like said that this is how it is, so yeah, let's just believe this. the more people that are questioning the narratives, the the more that's being found out, and the more distractions that are being put in place, like to keep people like me from being able to speak out and explain these things. Someone that comes from like the being in within government for many years of my life, and still was doing training with and for like definitely like coordination pieces and consulting and advising and different courses, but now because of so many different reasons, like we're so divided that and yeah, and I literally think it's because we're close to some kind of a, not, I would want to say awakening because that sounds very conspiracy theory like, but I don't know, I guess it's just gonna be like maybe like less censorship within Canada, hopefully, or people getting off censored browsers within Canada, and then which allowing people to do more of their own research and question more of like the references that they've used in the past, because they're like a lot of like very credible institutions like are lying to us about very obvious things, and so like why would we trust them on anything is where I want to go with that. um and yeah, and so there's like so many different like like with this like flat earth theory too, that would mean that the like the North Pole in the next few years is going to be like of interest to other people. So like there's a lot of considerations and factors that we need to look at moving forward because of that, and more so in the near to midterm than in the long term. And again, this is all like based on perspective of what like one would consider to be long, but like Canada's north, it's a lot like left to be explored and looked at, and I've contacted so many different levels of government and offered to be the one that does the scientific research, the like the explorations, because of my fitness, my experience, and then just because of like what I consider to be like really like areas of concern and interest for us and the world possibly, and there's like a lot of resistance still, right? So I'm just going to be persistent with that and just try to put out like more names, I guess, like Archaix, which is ARCHAIX, and then Xertus, which is XIRTUS, Ryan Zem, ZEHM. These are all really like well-informed individuals that have like really good content out there right now, and it just really takes someone that has like the time. And I would recommend even watching on 1.5 speed or 2 speed or level 2 speed if you can, and then stopping it throughout and then doing your own research as well if you want to like consider more things. And then if you're interested in that or want to know more, I'm also on Signal and Telegram, and so like there's like that bigger picture stuff, but I'm also tracking a lot of the stuff like regarding even like, for example, the Freedom Convoy, and why I obviously like I'm for the like the messaging like of freedom, but I do know that it was funded by like extreme left, like not great people, and it was a huge distraction while a whole bunch of trucks brought supplies of various sorts to so many different areas of Canada and the US, like whether it be underground or just like huge acres of land for the rich and the wealthy, and they just didn't want it to be shown, right? And it is what it is. And so yeah, distract us, lie, because we've shared so much information too with like what the media was showing, CBC, CTV, even global, and even our leaders. They were lying about what was going on, and maybe they were just lied to. Maybe these reports they're looking at, these briefs and these like reports on the situation, maybe they're just getting it from idiots. like maybe that is really the case. And they sound like idiots. I'm sorry for saying this, but it's so frustrating. Like, and again, I don't want to call people out, but like Marco Mendoncini, like, oh my God, you don't know shit. You don't. Okay. And so like, why are you like doing anything safety related, right? When I could share information from multiple informants like throughout the world, which is what I assume you know, or would want the people that are actually like working in these positions. I would just assume that they had like these same contacts or better contacts, like I'm assuming better and more, and that they verify, you know, information, and they cross-reference, and they get multiple sources, and they use credible, consistent. Anyway, it is what it is. I keep on saying that, but we just need more accountability, because these are individuals that we're paying. We are paying. Or do we just stop paying, right? Until more educated people actually come in. Yeah. And it's not even that I would want to work in government, but like even people like me, like we're like volunteering, and because it's like what we're listening to, like on CPAC, and like the hearings, and like the cabinet hearings is what I'm talking about, like the committees, and like when they're talking, it's just so frustrating, and so like unintelligible, and like it's just all drama that like I don't know how things get done. Like they don't get done, clearly. And this is why people like Chrystia Freeland like just like magically lose like $8 billion. Oh, I don't know where that is, but like someone donated $20 to the Freedom Convoy, and like they know exactly what that person, you know, did and when, and you know, and cops like circle the block like around this area too. You know what I mean? That's just like cause like more intimidation, and make it seem like more, you know, like anyway, like a really good way to control people is to make them afraid. And then when you offer them a solution, oh my goodness, it's just like puppets on a string. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna just leave it at that, because I don't want to go on huge rants. Because even my mother said, she's like, your videos are way too long. She's like, keep it at 10 minutes. And so yeah, I'll leave it at that. And I hope that everyone has a good day.